Macs are better than PCs. What? Check out this video. So you may have been wondering why I would say Macs are better than PCs. Well, I wanted to make a video explaining the 1, 2, 3 concept. Price, performance, and overall appearance. Now, I'm not just giving away my answer, it's just how I always see videos come out. Like, I just watched this video, and I'm going to go over this in the price part, but they tried to explain why Macs were actually cheaper than a Windows PC. So let's go ahead and get into the first round, which is price. Okay, so price. Price is an interesting one. This is the big one. People, it's all about cost. Now, when I'm buying a PC or when I'm buying something, I don't always think of the cost. Because up front, it may seem expensive. But at the same time, it's probably going to last longer because of the superb build quality of the Macs. You cannot take that away from Apple. They always build good quality products. That's just their thing. Think of the iPhones, think of the Macs, think of all that stuff. It's very well built. It's made of metal, some premium glass. It's got a good retina display, stuff like that. You can't argue with that. So it's probably going to last longer. But you'll actually see that the Windows PC will still be down, even though it might not last as long because it'll be made of something else. Now, the laptop that I have is made of something similar to the Mac. I'm thinking of laptops here, by the way. This is more of a laptop video, but you can really put this with desktop PCs too. It's just not as comparable. So, the Mac is going to cost you $1,200. That's for the least expensive Mac laptop, which is the MacBook Air 13-inch, and it's $1,200. The Windows PC that I'm going to pick is an $800 one that I have. It's got a superb build quality, touchscreen, some Windows Mac doesn't have, which I'm actually very surprised as. And yeah, it's running Windows 8. So, first factor, Microsoft Office. So, I'm going to assume that most of you are either students, you work, so you need stuff like that. If you're one of those things, this probably applies to you, that you will need Word, Excel, PowerPoint, something like that. So on Windows, you have a couple options, but the best one is Microsoft Office. And the cheapest suite, which is the Home and Student, is $120. Unless you buy it at Best Buy with a PC, then it's $100. But I'm going to say it's $120. So $120. On the Mac side, you have a couple options. You have two very close options. Microsoft Office, which is compatible with the Mac. And then you have the iWork suite, which is actually free. Which Pages, Keynote, Numbers, something like that. And people argue that they're about the same. I'm just going to say that you buy Microsoft Office. If not, you can deduct $100 from the total. Next is antiviruses. On the Windows side, you have McAfee. Well, that's one of the best ones. I'm just going to pick that one. Okay, you have to pay a yearly subscription fee of $42. So, I'm going to assume your PC is 3 years, and it's going to cost you about $120-something. So, next is on Mac. Wait, but Macs can't get viruses, so why would you need to get one? Okay, I'm just going to ignore that statement because that is totally out of the ballpark there. The reason that people think that Macs can't get viruses is because that they are smaller than Windows in terms of amount of users, so the virus writers are not going to go for them as Windows would. And actually, my brother was shopping for a laptop at Best Buy. He bought a Mac. And he's like, okay, what antivirus? The guy's like, no, you don't need to buy an antivirus. First of all, we give you this free one, which isn't that good. And, well, you're not even going to need it. Just run it clean. Macs can't get viruses. Honestly, I would almost want to get on Mac because most people that are on Mac are middle class at least. So, yeah, that's the reason that people think that. And that's also with Linux, but no one writes viruses for Linux. I'm just kidding. So you are gonna need to buy an antivirus. There's this one. I'm gonna have it right here. I don't exactly remember the name, but it's $60. It was voted the best. Like I visited like 10 sites, and they were all voted the best. And it's a $60 one-time fee. This is for the premium version. I'm assuming that you want the technical support and all that, which would be nice. So that's $60. That's $60. Next is your OS upgrade. OS upgrades for Windows run a certain way. If you have Windows 8 on your computer, you can upgrade to Windows 8.1 for free. Just go to the Microsoft App Store. I don't even know what it's called. The Windows Store. That's what it is. And find it. It will be on the home page, and you can do it. On Mac, it works a similar way. If you have any Mac OS, you can upgrade to the latest, which I believe is Mac OS 10 Maverick. You can do that on the Mac App Store for free. So, yeah. But I'm also going to put in a cost for the Windows PC, because if you have Windows 7, and you want to upgrade to Windows 8, which then you can upgrade to Windows 8.1, or you can just buy Windows 8.1, but it's like $10 cheaper, or more expensive, then that's going to be $100. So I added that in the total just to be a little fair, because I'm assuming since Windows 8 hasn't been out as long that you are on Windows 7, but I am on Windows 8.1. So, factoring all those costs, let me check the total. For Windows, it is $1,146. For Mac, it is $1,380. That is the grand total for what you're going to be paying for Mac, Windows. So, yeah, that's price. Let's go ahead and get on to performance. Okay, so now we're going to talk about my probably favorite part of the video, and probably the most misconception part of the video, which is the specs. This is what really throws people off. People think that just it's $1,200 because it has the best specs that a laptop has. Not really. You're gonna see right here that that's totally not true. I'm gonna be reading it on my phone. I know. I tried to memorize it, but it's just so hard. It's just so hard to memorize it. Okay. So, starting off with the CPU, it's got a Core i7 dual core, 1.7 gigahertz clock speed. Pretty good. It's got 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, 128 gigabyte hard drive, no optical drive. That's all the website gave me. So, on the Windows side, the one I was talking about, Intel Core i7 4700 NQ-QC 2.4 gigahertz clock speed. Dual core again. So it's got a little bit faster clock speed. Pretty good. 12 gigabytes of RAM. 3 times the amount of RAM that the Mac has, and it's cheaper. 1 terabyte 5400 RPM hard drive. It's like 10 times the hard drive space. And 4.5 battery life. Like the total battery. I don't know what the Mac is. Probably something around there. That's about the lot. That's about right. So, looking at those specs, now looking is that price, and you're going to be able to do so much more on the Windows PC. In terms of performance, you'll get better performance. You'll have more storage up, more RAM, faster clock speed. I mean, honestly, I think it's a clear pick. So we're going to go ahead and end with our closing statements and see what we evaluated through this research and stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay, so now that we have gone through all the specs, gone through all the costs, what do you think? Tell me down in the comment section down below. Honestly, my opinion is the Windows PC is a good buy. I'm going to safely assume that you're not going to have your laptop for 6 years, so the Mac build quality is not going to be as big of a deal for you. Now, I will leave both links to the laptops down in the description, and you can see them for yourself. Now, the price fluctuates, so the time I'm recording this video, you could be watching a year from now, and that information could be totally false. Or it could just be more true. So, without further ado, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for over 50 subs. And as always, have a good day.